Grow 'em Big with Steve Bartylla. Brought to you by Huntworth and these other fine sponsors.
One of the great things about doing habitat improvement is we are improving the habitat for so many different creatures. The more we embrace that, the more we realize that the more we can go ahead and apply our improvements for whitetail to turkey, to rabbits, to any type of small game you can possibly imagine. Okay, but let's talk turkeys a little bit here today, because quite frankly, there's pitifully few of us that are really into whitetail hunting that aren't into turkeys as well. So let's go ahead and let's cover a couple just key traits. Hopefully what we find is the more we understand these traits, the more we can use our most powerful weapon, our minds, and go ahead and come up with rock solid plans, rock solid, for going ahead and improving everything. So let's just talk about some just generic data right to start with. Your poults are eating the overwhelming majority of their diet, 90+%, happens to be insects. For your adult turkeys, you're looking more at a 90% greens and grains, that type of stuff, 10% insect. So let's think about this a little bit as it applies to turkey season. Most seasons in most states and provinces they're opening up well before spring green up. Okay, because of that, there's not much in the woods. Well, they're opening up as spring green up starts to occur. What greens up first? You look around each spring and the areas that are receiving sunlight, they green up first. That's because they're actually receiving sunlight and getting warmer. Soil temps are a little bit higher, so they're able to promote growth way, 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 way sooner than one can in the woods. Okay, well, where's all the food early season? The insects, most of them are going to be out in the greens, and the greens happen to be out there as well. Now you start getting a little bit later into season. Once the leaves start really popping and everything all of a sudden, those woods, they are overflowing with insects and new growth. They're not only just picking away at last year's acorn crop and such, now they're able to get new growth, new life, new insects as well. Okay, so you end up seeing a bit of a shift when you're talking weather. And really nasty weather, when we deer hunters, we're trained to think that whitetails are going to shut down, they're going to be bedded down in the woods somewhere. That doesn't actually apply to turkeys. In reality, more often than not, when it's nasty, what are those turkeys doing? They're heading out to the wide open so they can actually use their one defense that they still can, their eyesight. They're not really good. They don't hear that great. They can hear, but not that great. And the wind is making it so they can't hear a dang thing anyway, rain, all that. But when they're out in the open, they can see for great distances. And that's how that prey species tends to increase its survival rate on nasty days. Okay, the more we understand these simple concepts, the more, as I said to start this, we can utilize our most powerful weapon at all, and that is our brain. Remember, knowledge is power, but really the true power isn't properly applied knowledge. The more we understand about this stuff, the more we can use our brain weapon to come up with a lock-tight, rock-solid plan, and we can improve numerous things at once. And when it comes to making our hunting decisions, sure is a lot easier when we know what's going on.
Final thoughts, brought to you by Huntworth.
One of the beauties of habitat improvement is that we may be out there trying to improve the habitat for whitetails, but we are improving it for turkeys, we are improving it for rabbits, we are improving it for all small game, we're improving it for songbirds, on and on and on. The more we just simply understand what these various animals need, how they react, the more we can cater our improvements to go ahead and benefit it all.